is my next door neighbors for a year. And so without further ado, I'm going to let the SGS take over, and then I'll get to talk. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Commanding General of the 1st Infantry Division in Fort Riley, Major General Paul E. Funk II, welcome to the promotion ceremony for Colonel Kenneth L. Kamper. The Commanding General of the 1st Infantry Division in Fort Riley, Major General Paul E. Funk II.
I probably could have skipped that part. Sorry about that. It's all about rehearsals, you know. I did not do my Bro Big 9 this morning. So hey, what a great day. Ken, why don't you come on up, and I'm going to say a few words about Ken, but more importantly, then we got all this accoutrements to give. And I think I'm on track, right, SGS? Is this how you want to do it?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sometimes you redheads are temperamental. All right, so listen, a legendary warrior. You've read Ken Kamper's bio. He's deployed multiple times. He's also a personnelist. He won't tell most people that. He understands that. He understands that the Army is about people. And so when you get the opportunity to take one of these families, move them to the general officer ranks, expect more from them, expect less praise and more loading of the wheelbarrow so they can move on. This family can move that wagon. If you don't know, the Kampers PCS a couple of days ago, and because of the special atmosphere that you folks bring to our post, they wanted to come back and get promoted in front of this group. That's pretty cool. Because they could have said, oh, it's too hard, and it's but they feel like this is the best place to come home to in the Army. And so, guess what? They're back home. So, Ken Kamper and I have seen him, but I'm not going to talk from any notes. I have fought along this side with this great soldier twice. This most recent deployment for Operation Inherent Resolve, which was the most difficult thing I've done in my career. And then we shared a bunch of dirt at a place called Camp Taji in Iraq. And that's where we first met, somewhere north of a little town called Taji on a route. And we shared both blood and tears and have spent some time together in dangerous places. And if you have to have someone by your side, you want somebody bigger than you. So which is now you know my whole secret of why I picked Ken to be the chief. But I picked him for a couple of reasons. One is, in combat, he was ice cold and absolutely determined. He knew no fear. But he had the compassion to change that switch in a minute. At one time we'd be fighting, and then the next time we'd be handing out seed for wheat to happen and bring a harvest the next spring. That is the secret of the American Army. The ability to turn that switch, to bring to it the two things that this uniform causes. It brings two emotions across the globe: hope and fear. Hope for a new tomorrow for our friends, and fear to our enemies. That's what this uniform brings. And the guy that wears this uniform sets the highest of standards. So, it is my distinct pleasure, and I, by the way, predicted this when Ken was a lieutenant colonel. I did. I said, and I wrote, this man has general officer potential, and today that potential will be realized. But he's not the good part of this family. I mean, he's second. Have you guys seen Abby shoot? Abby is a hunter, which is neat. Of course, in my book, the most highest praise you can get, Abby, is that dog will hunt. And so, you and both you and Nate are tremendous young people, and you should be awfully proud of the lady sitting between the two of them. So I'm not supposed to be the one that gets emotional, but I do. So that's the way I am. What do you want to do now, SGS, before I embarrass myself and start weeping? Let's get something moving here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Funk and the Kamper family members will now take the stage to promote Colonel Kamper. Please feel free to come forward and take pictures during the promotion.
All right. This is one of the neat things about getting promoted to general officer. You get enough accoutrements that everybody in the family can participate. This is just a tremendous honor. And as you know, Ken, Krista's the one that really wears this. She is legendary in her own mind, in her own, not mine, not her mind, our mind. Krista has no idea how good she is, and that's the neat part about Krista. She has no idea just how wonderful she is. So we are immensely proud of her.
In view of these qualities and his demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, he is, therefore, promoted in the United States Army from Colonel to Brigadier General. At this time, Ms. Abigail Kamper will remove the Colonel rank, and Mrs. Krista Kamper will put on the Brigadier General rank.
She's fast, too.
Yeah.
In 1943, the Chief of Staff of the Army dictated that a belt be used by all general officers carrying a sidearm when not in combat. He wanted to provide not only a convenient way for general officers to carry their pistols, but he also believed the belt would add a touch of sophistication to the khaki shirt and trouser uniform. This tradition continues today, as every general officer in the Army is issued a personalized pistol and belt. Kristen and Abigail are presenting the General Officer belt and holster to Brigadier General Kamper.
Is it on right, sir?
Yep, run towards the enemy.
The CG's mounted color guard will now uncase the Brigadier General Officer flag. Major General Funk will now reaffirm the oath of office.
Do you have it? Be nice if we had a copy. No? All right, here. I state your full name.
I, Kenneth L. Kamper,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and
That I
domestic,
will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I take this obligation freely,
I take this obligation freely
without
purpose of evasion.
evasion. So help me God.
So help me.
All right. Way to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brigadier Kenneth L. Kamper.
All right. Congratulations.
And I'll make this brief, as we have a number of other awards to present. So first, I just want to say thanks to General Funk for doing this on short notice. We didn't know if this would happen in 1 August or 1 September, and I think we found out the 7th of July. It was effective the 2nd of July, and so thanks for doing this. Thanks to friends and family for traveling quite some distances, in some cases to come here as well on short notice. Now, my parents died when I was younger, and we lost Krista's dad a number of years ago. All we have is Ellie, but that's all we need. So we've been trying to get 4 times the grandparent work out of Ellie. Our goal is for her to see the grandkids about once a quarter. I think we beat that for a decade, and so thanks for coming from Michigan. Brother-in-law Ed and nephew Sammy came out. Sister Kathy and Joe are here. My mom's brother Bruce and Marty. My mom's sister Aunt Barb is here. Sister Joy, nephew Andrew, friends of family John and Beth. West Point classmates in the audience, Jim and Teresa Harrington and Ward Phillips. And there's a couple Red Lions here from the battalion that General Funk talked about in Taji, who one's assigned and one traveled 2 hours from Leavenworth. But thanks to all for coming. I'll just keep this very short. Normally Krista proofreads these things. I'm on thin ice because she didn't get a full chance to do that. But let me just get 3 points here, I think. So first of all, my name's Ken Kamper, and I will always be a Big Red 1 soldier. I love that saying around this division that we hear frequently. And I love it because the first part of that sentence is about the individual. The individual is important. Accomplishments, valor, contributions, all that's important. But in a small sleight of hand, in the back end of that sentence, we get connected to something bigger than ourselves. That's what we believe in the Big Red 1. So my name's Ken Kamper, and I will always be a Big Red 1 soldier. I think in all of our hearts, we want to be connected to something bigger than ourselves. And that's what this division does. It connects people to something larger than just us. We're all part of a team. So that's first. Second is I just feel, my brother-in-law Ed asked me, what are you feeling this morning? It's really a tremendous sense of humility and then just a tremendous honor to be picked to pin on a star. And I think back often to, I think maybe when I was a major, I read an article. The Chief of Staff of the Army at the time was Reimer, and there was a reporter in the room. The story was in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, I don't remember which, but Reimer told the 35 or 40 new brigadier generals, if we put you all in a bus and it happened to drive off the cliff and you all died, the Army would not lose a beat. There's 10 for every one of you, and you're all easily replaceable. And so it's kind of with that sense of humility that we're all replaceable, quite frankly. And then it's a sense of humility that there's other great folks out there that just don't get a chance to serve at this level. And so we're very thankful from the bottom of our hearts to have the opportunity to serve this nation and this Army at this rank. So I'm thankful to have just served with great teams and teammates over the years, all the while surrounded with great friends and family. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Lastly, there's one team that I'm a part of that I would be remiss if I didn't just talk briefly about or thank. So I had the major promotion. I made a mistake, and I almost forgot this. And I got reminded about it for the next couple of years. And so it's actually on the card this time, so that and I'm right down near the bottom. So, so Krista, I just want to give you some flowers. And while you deserve much, much more than this, just please accept this as a small token of my appreciation for your love and support over the years to me and to all the soldiers that we've been around over the years. And then to Nate and Abby. Now some people have this metric of how many moves and how many years, and we don't do that all that much, although we are on the back end, I think, of 3 moves in 3 years. But I did the math. Nate's been in 8 places and he's 14 years old. And like many Army families, thanks for being so resilient and just being positive. And no matter how chaotic the moves are, there are always great opportunities at the next place. And you all epitomize that. and I love being part of the team Kamper. So thanks. So lastly, I would just say, please join us in the foyer of the 1ID headquarters for some cake, maybe some sandwiches if they get here, after the Victory with Honors ceremony, and we'll have a chance to talk more with folks later. So thank you. Thanks again.
I don't think she likes you Brigadier Generals on horses. Certainly showing you the business end. So I think that was all in honor of Ken Kamper's promotion to Brigadier General. It would be memorable today, or perhaps the fact that Pete Benag is now the Chief of Staff. That might be more appropriate. But all this, well, yeah, hey horse, how you doing? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you so much for your attendance here today. My name is Paul Funk, and I am a Big Red One soldier. This ceremony marks a period of great transition and turbulence within the division. In addition to the great leaders we are saying goodbye today, the entire primary staff has changed, and we have several new brigade commanders. And this normal summer PCS churn is well underway. This might prove to be too great a challenge for many organizations, but not for the Big Red One. Prince Philip of England said that change does not change tradition, it strengthens it. Change is a challenge and an opportunity, not a threat. That's the last good thing I heard from a British guy. No, I'm kidding, Chris. I am kidding. No. So, as members of our team move on to bigger and better things, we are fortunate to gain new teammates, ready to move forward and to push the division to even greater heights. The 1st Infantry Division is bigger than a single leader. It is the sum of our efforts, our willingness to expend our energies in the service to a cause greater than ourselves. Our motto, no mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great, exemplifies the raw determination and the selfless service of men and women that have come before us, reminding us that no matter the circumstances, we will achieve our goals. I am proud to have the opportunity to say farewell to the fine leaders leaving our formation and to welcome others that I know will build on the tradition of excellence that the Big Red One is known for. Chris Geeka, Eric Wesley, Tom Graves, and Ken Kamper have put their heart and souls into this division. They have been brave, responsible, and on point for the nation. When duty called, they did not falter. Chris, Tom, and Ken were a vital part of the team that helped the Iraqi forces begin to take the fight to Iceland, recapturing 1,000 square miles of territory and building a coalition that trained over 3,500 Iraqi security forces, and that number has actually grown to almost 10,000 in one of the most complex operating environments I have ever seen. Eric, a son of the 1st Infantry Division, was the ideal choice as the acting senior commander while the division headquarters was gone. Our reputation has expanded due to his and Cindy's superb efforts. He ensured soldiers were trained, families cared for, and strong bonds with our community partners maintained. Eric accomplished all of that and more, ensuring that we never had to worry about the home front. Eric will head to Washington, D.C., where he will be the Deputy Director of Program Analysis and Evaluation in the G8 at the Pentagon. You will have the pleasure of having Cindy and their children, Tyler, Austin, and Meredith, on Fort Riley while Meredith finishes her senior year of high school. Chris, his wife Claire, and their children Huey and Alexander return to the UK, where Chris will become the head of personnel strategy for the British Army at the permanent joint headquarters in Northwood, England. His efforts driving the resiliency effort here at Fort Riley and building the coalition against ISIL in Iraq will pay dividends for years to come. Tom and Karen head to Korea with their children Weston and Morgan to become the Deputy Commanding General for the 8th Army. Tom's contributions to the fight of Erbil, Iraq were instrumental to the success of the campaign in the North and earned him honorary Kurdish citizenship. If the job in Korea doesn't work out, Tom, you'll always have a place there. Ken, Cresta, and their children Abby and Nate leave us for the great place of Fort Hood, Texas, where Ken will command the Army's Operational Test Command. The Kamper family will continue to set the standard wherever they are and bring grace and determination to the great place as well. Beth and I are proud of each and every one of you, and we look forward to your accomplishments in years to come. Thank you for being Big Red One soldiers and furthering the legend that is the Bro. I'm also pleased to welcome John Kolashevsky as the new Deputy Commanding General for Maneuver. John, his wife Buffy, and their daughters Kelly, Emily, and Chrissy joined us from Fort Bragg while he was in Afghanistan as he worked for the PAO for General Campbell. He is no stranger to the Big Red One, having served with the Dagger Brigade in Iraq and with the division headquarters in Turkey in the Operation Iraqi Freedom. We'll definitely keep him busy as the division prepares for future missions around the world. We also welcome, although no stranger, our new Chief of Staff, Pete Managa, to the division staff. He and his wife, Melanie, come to us from the 4th Brigade, where he just couldn't, we just couldn't let him go after the great job he did commanding the Dragon Brigade. It is leaders like these that ensure our most precious resource, the fighting men and women of this great nation, have what they need to accomplish any mission. It has been my great honor to serve with fine warriors such as these, and it is a source of great pride that an officer of John's caliber will carry the 1st Infantry Division's legacy forward. Again, thank you for coming today. My name is Paul Funk, and I am a Big Red One soldier. Duty first.